The cards speak. Justice listens. Welcome to the unseen. Truth doesn't hide forever, not from the eyes that see. Spirits stir, clues awaken. Let the seeing begin. Behind every crime, a shadow speaks. I'm Lady Zelda. Welcome to Seeing Crime. And hello, my beautiful darlings. You see me over here in the corner. I thought I'd psych you out for a minute. Hi, welcome. My name is Agent Oobligada. I am here, and I just want you to know, look, I have the shirt with the emblem. I have the mouse pad, and if you want one of these, I can maybe put my signature on it. If you want one, they're in the shop. You can check it out in the merch store. And look at this little fellow. Agent Oobligada, isn't he yummy? He's so cute. I just love this. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Tonight's going to be a big night. And I'm going to just tell you, when you're doing these sort of things, there's no guarantees. Now, this isn't the first time that I've been remote viewing. Won't be the last time. The last time that I did any type of remote viewing at all, it was for Officer John O'Keefe, which he showed me a lot of things. A lot of things I haven't told you because I can't legally, but it's very interesting. So tonight when we start this, you can just call me Agent O. How's that? So tonight when when we try this, we're going to see. And if I see anything that is very horrendous, I'm not going to tell you, because that's just the way it is. All right. I'm going to spare you that. But please do me a favor as you're coming in. Welcome those who have not been here before. Welcome, welcome. You're going to love this community because I'm just going to tell you this. You are safe here. We love each other in this community. You won't find any bullies. We don't pick on anybody. We don't call anybody out unless you're a real stinker. And I don't think anybody's a real stinker here, okay? And especially if you're being a stinker to me, I'm your host and you're in my house. So, right? So, but we just don't have problems. First of all, I got some wonderful mods. I'm going to introduce you to them. We've got Captain Jerry, we've got Terry, and we've got Patty and Detective 1111. I haven't seen her yet. Sometimes she's able to come in, sometimes she's not. But if she does, bless her. But if you see any issues, if you have any problems, tell the mods, or flag me down and say, hey. Now tonight I'm going to be a little busier. I'm not going to be able to really pay too much attention, even though I'm going to try once we get going into this, to the chat. So send good energy to everyone. Send good energy here. And there you go. So now do me a favor also and check to see if you have blocked any of the mods, because I don't think you've done that on purpose. Sometimes blocking people, like if you're walking and you're watching a YouTube and all of a sudden it goes clickety boo, and then there's Detective 1111. There you go. So, and of course, Mrs. Marie from True Oracle is here. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It's really exciting. But check to see if you have. Sometimes it's an accident, okay? Sometimes if people are stinkers, It's on purpose. And we just don't have stinkers here because we won't allow it, right? We just don't do that. No stinker. No, nobody coming in and tell you who you're supposed to like and who you're not supposed to like. We just don't do it. That's the way it is. Why? Why? How old are we? Why? We've got better things to do than to worry about who's saying who, where, what, when, and how. So sometimes, let's see, in order to find out if you've got anybody blocked, I'll tell you what, all four and Mrs. Marie are in the chat. So if you can't see Patty, if you can't see Captain Harris or Captain Jerry, you can't see Patty, Captain Harris, Detective 1111, Terry, nor if you can't see Mrs. Marie, then something is amiss. And so just check and see. And sometimes the tubes of you will just do funny things. What are you going to do? You know, people complain about the tubes of you. But you know what? When you're this big, as not me, hello, when you're this big as far as the tubes of you, you're going to have a little something or other. You're going to have a little something or other. And you know what? That's okay. It's okay. So, and you know what? I look at it this way. I get to come on here for free and they market me. Where else am I going to get that? And plus, this is the best platform because another thing I want to let you know, every now and then I go over to the Book of Faces. I would rather go to Walmart in my pajamas than go to the Book of Faces. Okay, you get it. But people steal my likeness. They steal my stuff. And if you see somebody that's posting a WhatsApp number, I don't post my number. And I won't beg and ask you for a reading. There's some groups over there that say that they're me. They've got my picture up. I go in there. This is not me, everybody, but everybody's talking as though they're talking to me, and it's not me. I don't do that. So you need to be just cautious of who you're interacting with, right? So, and thank you, Patty, for saying, let me shout out the little Miss Patty here. She's been right here. She's just so loyal and wonderful. Thank you very much, Patty. I got to tell you, I've got the links for the merchandise. Now listen, you want to check the link out for the merchandise for True Oracle. They have different merchandise and it is snappy. And I want it. Believe me, I go, everything I make here, I spend on merchandise. So I also want to show you this. The energy and the numbers don't lie. So I got to also tell you something. I got so many things to tell you. It's like I never see you guys. Hello, thanks for coming over. I should have baked a peach pie and we have coffee. So the other day, I went out and wore my new Agent Oobligada shirt and my new ball cap. I went through somewhere. I think it was through McDonald's to get a cup of coffee because I don't eat their food, but I love their coffee. Someone looks at me and says, ma'am, thank you for your service. And I said, you're welcome. I don't even know. Yes, it's in the shop, my darling. I didn't even know what they were talking about until I looked in the mirror. And here I've got this badge on my head. I got a badge here. They're probably thinking, they saw the badge and ran. That maybe that's what I need to do, right? I need to wear this around and then maybe that's precursor for the bad guys. And I thought, there you go. So anyway, I just think that's just so funny. Mrs. Marie is in True Oracle, I believe. So any of you who are not seeing, because Patty and Jerry go back and forth from True Oracle to here, if you're on my channel when I say here. But Mrs. Marie primarily is in. Now she says hello. She comes in and says hello. And if you're listening, Mrs. Marie, again, could you please do me a favor and put your little hand up and wave at everybody so they can kind of sort of see you. So, and then I got something else that I want to. It's okay. Thank you so much. And I got something else I want to tell you. So the other day, you know, Shaggy, Mr. Hello, I'm going to watch cat TV, Shaggy. I usually put that on at night so they just feel calm, you know, and you know what? All those little bird chirping sounds, that's just like music to my ear too, right? So I put that on really, really low at night. There she is. See, she's there she's there saying hello. And so that gives you an idea. So I think she's in her own chat over there. But I also want to ask you, in the middle of my story, if you get a chance, if you could subscribe to True Oracle, because we are this close to 20,000 subscribers, and that breaks the sound barrier for us. So we would really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much. Back to Shaggy. Shaggy is sitting, I wake up in the middle of the night, just the light from the TV is on, and they are all lined up on the edge of the bed. And Shaggy is Mr. sitting here, and I'm thinking, what in the heck is going on? Well, my friends, it wasn't bird TV. My friends, it was those coin pusher videos. This guy who puts the quarters in the machine and the coin pushers trying to, oh my gosh, I laughed so hard. I thought, there we go. There we go. Poor Shaggy. He's got to go to Gamblers Anonymous now. I mean, after all, right? I thought that was so funny. So between the coin pushers and Cat TV, they're set. So we've got kind of a big show tonight. I sound like, remember Ed Sullivan? Hello, ladies and gentlemen, we have a really big shoe. And so we have kind of a big shoe tonight. We're going to be looking into the mirrors of Nancy Guthrie. I'm going to see if we can see anything. I'm also going to put the energy, whatever that is, you've seen it before. We're going to put that on the screen. Now I'm also going to show you this because I have to be in the dark. Obviously, I'm not in the dark. So I'm going to put sunglasses on. I want to show you these sunglasses so you can see there's no remotes, there's no cameras, there are no any type of sound, any type of anything, whatever goes on. These are my sunglasses. I wanted to show you that. Also, I have my trusty iron key from Vale Keep. Now, I'm going to show you, or I'm going to tell you rather, I can't show you. I love having this key around. What does iron do to demons? It burnishes and banishes demons. And by the way, it burns if they have skin, it burns them. It burns them. So I keep it here. Now, do I think anything negative or anything is going to show up? No, I don't. We're not going to be calling any entities in. I just want you to know that. No entities at all, period. This is energy. And that house of Mrs. Guthrie is sitting there wondering, what the heck? Where is she? But the house knows. And we're going to try to dig into this energy to see where Mrs. Guthrie is. No, it's not Artie's key. I don't know any of that, but it's not Artie's key. It came from Vale Keep. All right, we've got it here. Let me see. Now, the big announcement for this week, and we're getting there. We're getting there. The big announcement this week and yesterday and the day before, the files and the videos have been released for the UFOs, the UAPs, and every other acronym that they have for something that we don't know. I kind of have a feeling what we do. But I can tell you this right now, my friends. From what I've seen, I'm probably going to go get a ball bat and another tinfoil hat. A cap? Hello. A tinfoil hat and a ball bat, because for me, those are signs. And I hated that movie. And quite frankly, don't get me to a birthday party because, oh, brother. I told my son, I said, buddy, I'm getting a tinfoil hat and a ball bat. And he's like, Mom. Wait, Mom, here, this is a sound that I have from Ian.
Shut.
That's right. He doesn't tell me to shut, but anyway. How do I ground? I ground on wood. I ground on wood. I'm actually barefoot right now, staying flat-footed. The flat-foot fluty with the flat-footed. So that's what they do. Anyway, but let me show you something. I don't know if any of you have seen this on my channel. I think I posted it in 2024. You're going to really enjoy this, my friends, because one of my great friends whose husband is a pilot for a very well-known airline sent this over. And she's like, what do you think of this? Now, this particular footage, it's about 30 seconds. This particular footage is from the cockpit of an airplane. And it's up about 38,000 feet. And there was something following their plane. I have that for you right now. I'm going to submit that. We can watch that a couple of times if you like. Here we go. And I'm going to make sure that that is bigger so you can see it. Where is this? There we are. Now turn up your sound a little bit so you can hear. And there we are. Let me get it going. There we are. Here we go.
You are about to view real footage that was sent to me by my friend's husband, who is a pilot with an undisclosed airline. This craft is hovering at 38,000 feet and darting in and out, following the plane from in the Atlantic towards New York.
We'll watch.
My dear friends, you are about to view real footage that was sent to me by my friend's husband, who is a pilot with an undisclosed airline. This craft is hovering at 38,000 feet and darting in and out, following the plane from in the Atlantic towards New York.
And my darlings, I'm going to tell you this. That little dot went on and followed that plane. They were flying over the Atlantic to New York. They were up 38,000 feet, and that followed that plane almost to the airport. He says they see them all the time. My former husband, who was the Navy officer, said that when they would go out into the ship, he was the XO on the, I can't remember, Enterprise. And when they were out to sea, he said, because it's pitch black out there at night. And even when the moon, he said, you could be out on the deck and you would see stuff. And I mean, that was years ago. That was when I was married to him, which is what, 150 years ago now? So lots of stuff coming. And from what I understand, there's been a few that have flown over Vale Keep too. We'll talk about that on that channel. But anyway, as far as I'm concerned, we are definitely not alone. Do I like it? No. If any little squishy gray fellow shows up, he's going to have a hard time. If I'm capable, he's going to have a hard time. So anyway, there we are, my darlings. That's what's happening. Let me see what else I have to tell you. I first of all want to thank you for all of the beautiful and wonderful gifts that you send to me through Amazon. Now, I don't know what's happening with Amazon. I've written to them and said, hey, but I never hear back. I can tell it's a gift. Well, obviously I didn't order it and it comes from my wish list, and you guys go beyond in sending me things, but you're so generous. And I want to thank you because I can't thank you properly because I don't know who sent what. So you sent me printer ink, reams of paper, which I love. You send me all these journals because I'm going through the big book of Bull constantly. Pens, glitter highlighters. I love these. You send me those, I call them house tote bags. You send me all kinds of good things. You send me nails. And by the way, I got a bone to pick with the Kiss Nail Company. Kiss Nails, if you're watching, which I just don't know if you are, not why would you? But Kiss Nails, you have discontinued my favorite Frenchies. I can't find them anywhere. And now you've got these blingy, ratchet-looking things that I won't put on my finger. So now I have to put them somewhere else. So I have to go somewhere else to find something. And if I have to, I will. Because I'm not loyal. If you take that off your shelf, I'm gone. So anyway, I'm going to have to go back on there and put on there. But somebody sent me a book that they wrote. It's so beautiful. Somebody, I mean, cups and card decks. And oh yeah, the hot Cheeto girl. Let me know when you want to see a hot Cheeto girl. Put a 1 in the chat. But I got to tell you, I kind of lied to you about the hot Cheeto girl. When I do it, I can't eat hot Cheetos. But the girl that I did know, she ate those hot Cheetos like they were just nothing. And I can't get through one because it just burns absolute tar. Oh, you want to see a hot Cheeto girl? All right, here we go. Here we go. Now remember, she's chewing gum. She's chewing gum. So I got to pretend. So here's the hot Cheeto girl. And what's the story behind the hot Cheeto girl? Well, when I went to university in Florida, I was the oldest chick there. I was 50 when I went back to university. And I would sit there, and this girl, she would sit there, comb her hair, get out the thing, spritz, 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 spritz. She would, and then she would be like looking at other people, because she just gravitated to me. Looking at other people like, what the F are you looking at? At least she's here. What are you going to do with your life? Dig in that little tote bag. Get out the hot Cheetos. Get out all this. My gosh, I laughed until I thought I couldn't even pay attention. That girl was so cute. And she would sit there and I would say, "Can I take you to lunch?" "No, honey, what the F?" And everything was F, 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 F. I thought I was in a, Goodfellas Part 2. F, F, F. And it was like, what are you looking at? What the F are you looking at? She was just, I just can't hack. She was adorable. One of these days I'll dress up like the hot Cheeto girl. One day she'd have a blonde wig. The next day it was a pink wig. The next day she would have the big earrings on. Now, big earrings, and she'd get that big tote bag and she'd sit there and you could bangles. And so everything was clicky, 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 clicky. And I would sit there beside her because what am I supposed to do? She's sticking up for me because, these other little girls would sit there and like, oh, look at that old woman, and this hot Cheeto girl would look at her and she goes, she's got your old woman swinging. Oh my gosh. I just thought I would just be like, so that's the hot Cheeto girl. I loved her though. I just couldn't hardly study, but she would want to go to lunch all the time. I don't know where she got her money, but let's go get sushi for lunch. And I'm like, no, I'm just, just give me some little bits and kibbles. I just want some crackers. I need to go back. I need to study. Oh no, she was wanting to go out. Sushi and all kinds of things. Dear Jumpin' Jollies, here we are. All right, let me see if I have any more announcements. We've got hanging up on hot Cheetos, and I think I have some. Now, I got something pretty cool that I want to tell you about. For you members, I have added another tier. And no, don't go there yet, because I'm not ready for you. I wanted to get it approved through the tubes of you. I am doing this with, and thank you so much for going over and also watching the Crossy Chronicles. Thank you for watching True Oracle. Thank you for watching Veil Keep. Thank you for watching this. And what I'm going to do for you members is just really something. I will dress up as my hot Cheeto girl one day. I hope she's much younger than me, but I hope she's doing well. And if you're watching, honey, I love you. But what I'm going to do for you members of this particular tier is I'm going to give you a link when the time comes, and you will go to an interactive Zelda forensic tarot profiler crime lab. And in that crime lab, it will be interactive. You'll be able to click on some books and see some things. You'll be able to click on the notes, some of the notes that I have for the Nancy Guthrie case, some of the notes that I have for the Karen Reed case. You'll be able to click on some numerology type things for what's coming up. You'll be able to click on some different things, and it's interactive. So if you pull a book down off of the shelf, it's not going to be just your normal book. You'll be able to click it and read it, and it will turn the pages. I have a prototype already. I got to do a little thing yet. And you can imagine, my darlings, I make the backgrounds. And if you like this is called Dark Academia. This is me. But in one room will be the tarot lab. And you will be able to see those things that I use, just like that target analysis, just like that social network analysis that I do. I will be able to put up links to videos that you will not be able to see here on the tubes. I will be going live from that for members only sometimes, and I will be able to talk to you about cases without worry about getting in trouble. I'm going to be putting a lot of different things in there, particular layouts and everything else. And then wait, there's more. You walk through a particular, it does kind of sound like Harry Potter-esque, doesn't it? But it's mainly Zelda-esque. So then you can walk into another door. I'm muted. Too many hot Cheetos. Okay, so then you'll be able to walk through another door. And through that other door, you will then enter the paranormal side of things. You'll see where I'm going. You'll see where I might have gone first. And you will be the first to know when things are happening. As in paranormal investigations, you'll be able to see all kinds of different things. So there you go. So there you are. That same kind of thing is happening, and they'll keep, and this one will be launching almost at the same time. Different, totally different, because they're different channels. And then eventually, the Crossy Files, and that would be the Crossy Chronicles, will have its own when I can get those memberships set up. And in that, you will enter a big castle and learn all about werewolves, vampires, maybe a few little things here and there. So be prepared, and I will announce it. And I will give away memberships every month, and it's going to be changed every month. So that way you can go in and look around, and you can check out things, and you can open. It's going to be interactive, and it will kind of sort of look like this. You will have a fireplace. You'll hear fireplace background. You can do all kinds of things. It will be extremely easy to navigate. It's not going to be like where you just dump in a room and you don't know what to do. You'll definitely know where things are and how to navigate. And I'm going to give you a little how-to when it's up and running. So I'm excited to bring that to you for members only. Eventually, we'll probably do that with True Oracle too. And then let me see here if there's anything more that I need to announce for you today, my darlings. And no, I don't. And that's it. So I want to now show you, we are looking through the mirrors. Let me get my announcements out, please. Because I wanted to have some, by interactive, you can click on things, and you can click on things, and you can, it's not going to be live interactive, but there you go. Okay. So kind of like the Zelda video game. Yes, I'm a legend in my own mind. All right. So now, my darlings, what I'm going to do is this. That's exactly what it's going to be on all the channels. So I'm going to move my keyboard. I'm going to explain exactly what I'm going to do. Now, I have a mirror here. I'm not going to show it to you See, you can tell it's a mirror because it's reflecting. I'm not going to look into it. When I remote view, I either do remote viewing with water in an iron skillet or in a mirror. I never look into the mirror. I look across it, and you can do that. And so this is like one of those makeup mirrors. There you go. You can see it a little better. Wow, that's kind of cool looking. So you can see that. See, it's a mirror. There's nothing on there. There's no lights. There's no string. There's no anything. I'm going to be looking across that. Now, pardon me. Let me get this started. I'm going to bring it to the stage. And there we go. Oh, hello. Now you can see my green room. There we are. We're going to have this, and I'm going to be looking across the mirror to see what we can see with Mrs. Guthrie. And again, I'm going to put my sunglasses on because it's very bright. I usually do this in the dark, but since I can't do it in the dark and you see me, this just helps me with being in the dark. So I can't really see the chat that much. And I'm going to see this, okay? My own EVP monitor is not complete yet, and I'm not going to use anything that's not complete. There was a couple of things that I need to work on, and I haven't done that yet. So, okay, so here we go. Everybody just take a minute and have a breath. You are safe. Nothing is coming in. We're not calling an entity. We're not calling ghosts. There won't be demons. There won't be anything. We are calling on the energy of the house to allow me to look through the mirrors if we can. So give me a time to get settled in. Be patient. This is going to take a little bit because I have a lot of energy. I've got lights. I've got all kinds of things, and especially a lot of electricity and a lot of things going. So try to be patient. No, I'm good standing stones. No, I'm good. I'm good. My backdrop, I've got the two lights on. You're not going to be able to see anything if I take those lights off. And I don't want to make it any darker in here. This is good. I'm good. So I did practice a little bit. You'll have to wait until I launch the site. And then when I launch it, I'll be glad to tell you about the memberships and everything else. Okay, so now let's focus. So I've got to focus. All of you who are sending gifts and joining, thank you so much. I'm going to talk about that when we get closer to being done. So just give me a minute, see if I can get settled. See if I can look not through, across the mirror. I have it here in front of me, see, you can see. Okay, it's cold. I'm trying to get to the bathroom, Nancy's master bathroom, because there's a big mirror there. Okay, I just saw something go across the mirror, so I think we're close to being in. Home of 34 Fairview, not Fair. Oh my goodness. Do you hear what I just said? Home of Mrs. Guthrie. Catalina Hills. Okay. I'm looking through the bathroom window. I'm trying to get into the mirror. Everything that I'm seeing is in black and white, shades of gray. When I'm remote viewing, it comes across as a movie, but it's clips. Think of shorts, clips. Okay, there's Mrs. Guthrie. She's actually on the end of the bed, sitting. This is beforehand. Okay, next clip. Lights off. Bathroom lights on. Let me see. Okay, there's somebody already in the house. Somebody was already in the house. They are standing by her door, watching her as she's in her bed. Walking over close to the bed. She wakes up. She's waking up. She recognizes this person. She doesn't look like she's afraid. She recognizes this person. She thinks she does. She sits up. She's sitting up. There's another person. Another person coming into the bedroom. The light's going on. I can't tell what they look like. One's got his back to me. Move it through, move it through. House, help me look. Help me look. Oh, somebody just came in the bath. They're looking in the mirror. They're looking at me. I'm looking at them in the mirror. I'm sorry. It startled me. They're looking at me in this mirror. He's standing there staring. Can the energy see him? And I can see this other man walking in the background behind him. Okay, he's using the bathroom. There's got to be DNA all over that bathroom. There's got to be DNA all over that bathroom. He's running water. Somebody's yelling at him. He turns quickly. He leaves. Who is this? Who is it? He's got masks on. She's still sitting on the end of the bed. Okay, so I'm sorry, but if any of you are in the chat also saying that you're seeing something, if you could please refrain from that because the energy is not coming in. And if you could just do me a favor and refrain from all of that, I appreciate that. Okay, there's a woman. Who is she? Who is she? Who is she? They're moving. Nancy's up. She's halfway dressed. She's got a top on. Who is this woman? Please look. Please look. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Turn. Look at me. Look at me. She's got a mask on. She's got a ski mask. House, help me. House, help me. Now I want to describe to you what this looks like when you remote view, when I remote view. It's not like a clear movie like you and I would see. It's muted. It's gray tones. And it looks like smoke. I mean, it's a smoky atmosphere, so it's not real clear, but it's clear enough I can see. Okay, somebody's in the kitchen, looking and walking around. What? Somebody was already in the house. When she came home, they were already in the house. They waited. They waited on her. She can't hear. She can't hear. They're yelling at her. She understands. They know. She knows at this point. She knows. Two people in the room now. They're in the living room. Two people in the room. One's going, one's leaving. It looks like he's going out the back. I don't know where he went. There's a laundry room. Who is in the kitchen? What do they want? What do they want? Show me, show me, show me. Somebody's going back into the bedroom. What for? What are they going there for? Show me. Show me. Show me. Somebody comes back in. They're yelling at each other. Not because they're mad. Something has happened. Show me. Show me. Show me. Show me. There was a car that was parked up by the garage. It's not a car, it's an SUV. Okay, where's Nancy? Where is she? Where's the female? Where's the female? No. No. They're upset. These people are upset. It's like this, like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. One had the pew-pew, but the other one does not. He had something in his hand. What was that? It was something rolled up. I don't know what it is. It wasn't anything hard. It was rolled up. It was not a towel. I don't know what it is. Where are you? There, somebody's pacing. The female's coming back in. She came in the back. What's going on? What's going on? Show me. Show me. Show me. Where's Nancy? Somebody went in the bathroom again. They're looking for things. They just opened up cabinets in the bathroom. They're opening up cabinets in the kitchen. Somebody went in the laundry room, opened up a cupboard. Went back outside, came back in with something. Where's Nancy? House, show me. House, show me. Show me. Where is she? Where is she? Somebody tripped. They tripped coming into the back. They're making a lot of noise. I'm surprised. I mean, this is a lot of noise. There's yelling going on. Somebody's telling, shh. There's the female. This is quite intense. I cannot see Nancy. Where is she? Show me, show me, show me. One is just going back and forth. Where's Nancy? Where is she? Where is she? Show me. Show me, show me. She doesn't have that many mirrors in the house. Somebody's looking in the refrigerator, but they're not looking to eat. What are you looking for? What's going on? Show me, show me, show me. Okay, this is the part. The guy goes, he's at the front door. He's at the front door. He's at the front door. Somebody else is inside. Where is Nancy? They're making all this movement. This is what took them so long. They don't know what to do. They're not using phones. They don't know what to do. What's going on? What's going on? Show me, show me, show me. There's the woman again. She's in a hurry. She goes out the back door. Sorry, Sammy's trying to walk up here. Okay, help me, help me. Come here, sister. This is a complete crap show, everyone. I can't find Nancy. That's who I'm looking for. Where is she? Show me. Show me. Show me. Okay, they're arguing. One of them is pointing to the back, the other one's pointing to the front. Okay, show me. Where is Nancy? Show me. Nancy's in a chair. It's not a kitchen chair. It's like a living room chair. Those noises, if you're hearing noises, it's her. She's like in what they call an occasional chair. She's in the living room. I can see her feet, but I see her arm, but I can't see her. I can't see her face. Okay, where is she? Where is she? I can't see her. Okay, they moved again, so I can't see her. Boys. Somebody's looking at his watch. Like time is of the essence. It's frantic. These people are frantic. Okay. Okay. They closed the front door, and they're taking Nancy out the back. I don't see her moving. They went out the back. I don't see anything else close. It looks like they tried to take her out the front and they couldn't. So they went back in and they took her out the back. Somebody just went back in the house. Okay, somebody went back in. That's why they didn't close the doors. Somebody went back in the house and they're looking around. Walking through, looking around. Picking up a glass. Walking through the kitchen, walking through, and oh my gosh, using the bathroom again. He's out walking through, looking. He's walking through, looking in her closet, looking through her bedroom, looking through some drawers, looking through different things, walking through a room. What room is this? Looking in a cabinet again. Has a spray bottle. They took a spray bottle with them. I don't know what it is. I can't see it. It's a spray bottle. What's he doing with this? Went outside. He sprayed the door. He sprayed the door. And now he just leaves. Now he just leaves. Okay, the door closes. He comes back and opens it. Why would he do that? Okay, I'm trying to look. Where's Nancy? Nancy is in a vehicle. The vehicle is dark. I can't see it. Even though the moon is out, I can't see. Very faint. A woman is driving. They pull out, they go to the left. And that's it. The house is there. Let me see if I can see anything else in the house. The door's open. That's it. That's enough. I'm going to explain to you the best that I can. They carried her. This is horrifying as right. They did not have a wheelchair. They did not have anything like that at all. I could tell it was a woman just by the way she walked, by the way she handled herself, and they were familiar. Nancy acted as though see, I can't see colors. Give me a minute. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. I'm going to try to describe to you what I saw. Sammy. Thank you, everyone. You know, sometimes you think you're strong until you see things. And for me, it's not scary. For me, it is devastating. It's hurtful. And you can see, because remember, it's energy. I mean, it's probably one step before you time travel. And that's why I can't say what the watch looks like. I mean, remember, it's like an old black and white movie that is kind of smoky kind of, it always looks like that. It looked like that with John O'Keefe too. For me, it does. From the time that they walked into her, she was alive when they walked in her bedroom, but I did not see. She could have fainted, for all we know. I don't know. I'm not going to say. I'm not a doctor. But they were pretty much all dressed alike. The house is lonely now. That's it. Yeah, Sammy knows. She knows. Yeah, the house is lonely. You know, I need to talk about John O'Keefe for a minute. Thank you, everyone. You all are so wonderful. I'm going to talk to you about John O'Keefe for a minute because I think you might understand how this kind of goes. Just a minute, sister. And when I first had this experience with John O'Keefe, I didn't try. I didn't ask for it. It was Christmas Eve. Not this past Christmas Eve, but a year ago. And it was the same. I saw him being beaten. And you can't really see who's doing it. You can see, but he gave me 4 names and I can't disclose them. I have told people. They know who they are. But I can't tell it. I can't tell you because, you know, they're Sue happy. These people who were here that took her never, this was an abduction. Now that I've seen what I'm seeing, that went wrong. This was something, all of us that know there in Massachusetts, my darlings, we all know. Take a guess. But this is an abduction, in my opinion now, that went wrong. They were there to do a job, and that was it. These people who did this were contracted. I didn't see anything that they didn't have any motive. There was not a benefit to them except that they were contracted to do this. There was a motive because they did it for a reason, because why do it, right? Yeah. The house is still talking. See, it's when you're hearing these things, like when you're going through a portal. Thank you, my friend here. Nope, sorry, this way. It's muffling. You can't hear words, you can't see details. It's muffled. Because what you're bending time. You're going through a portal, through a mirror. You're bending time. These people were there for a reason. They wanted to make money on a job, and that was it. They weren't the real reason that Nancy is abducted. They were getting paid. Something went wrong. You're absolutely right. Something went wrong. And that's why they were upsetting. And now I understand that's why they were there the 41 minutes or however many minutes. I got to do something with this light because it is like, hello. I feel like I'm, where were you on the night of the 24th? Let me do something with this guy. Maybe. There it is. Workplace. Yeah, I know. Now I'm going to tell you this, my darlings. I'm not going to accuse anybody, but I want you to know this. You keep watching very closely because, there we go, because things will start making sense. Things will start making sense to you. Nancy heard them. Nancy was sitting there. She looked as though Nancy was sitting there. She looked as though she are you getting down, sis? She actually looked as though she knew who they were. Like, this is how I perceived it, okay? This is how I perceived it. Nancy is laying in bed. She gets up, and it's almost as though somebody came for her, and it was like they had done it before. Like somebody came in her house before to check on her. Like it wasn't out of the ordinary. Now I have a question for you guys. When they first went in there to initially, when Mrs. Guthrie when she was missing, when they first went out there, the Guthrie family, in fact, I think even lately, I'm not sure, alluded that Nancy could get along all right, that she could walk, that she was looking, that they were looking for somebody who had just walked off. I don't understand that. I don't understand. Now, I have another theory that I don't know. This guy who took the cactus or cacti in the pots from the front entry. Here's a theory, and I'm just going to put that out here because it's not a psychic premonition or reading or anything, but it's a theory. What if, because this was a mad scramble in that house, and I personally believe if things were handled differently, now this is my opinion, yeah, it would have been a lot easier to find out who these people were. But this was an absolute mad scramble after the first time the guy went to the bathroom. I wonder if somebody came back to get those cactus because they thought, God, did I leave something in there? Did I get pricked? Did I get, you know what I mean, stuck with one of those cactus needles? Did they clean the crime scene? Could they have thought that maybe I need to go back and get that, because is my DNA in those cactus, or could they be? You see, at this point, nothing would surprise me. But the female driver of the car was not in charge. Card. Mm-hmm. They were not looking for money. They were not looking for a safe. They were looking for something else. And I think it may have been that they may have looked for, did she have a receiver? Think about that. Because if you came in my house, I have receivers around. Could they be looking for, I don't know, something that could record them? Maybe motion detector could record them? You know, these people were paranoid. The man that was the porch guy was a wannabe. And, you know, but here's the thing. They had these masks on. They all looked like they had ski masks. I could tell the porch guy because I saw him before. I could tell which one he was, but there were other ones. The other one looked like a stripe that went down the arms, down the front, down the arms. The woman looked like a tracksuit, just a tracksuit, a dark tracksuit is all, and a mask over her head. But you could tell. They were not there. But didn't they take the cactus from Nancy's house? I was thinking that they did. I'm pretty sure that they did. I thought that they parked down the road and took the cactus out from Nancy's. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. The porch guy went outside. I think they really were trying to take Nancy out front. And I think at that point, her body was, and so I think that's why they decided to go through the back again. You know, these guys, even though, and everybody's like, oh, they're professionals. After what I saw, I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not a doctor. I can't say if she was gone when they took her out, but she was not moving. So I think that's, I think they knew. They walked through this house as though they knew the floor plan. You know, a cactus has this thing, and I've always said that somebody has always returned to the scene of the crime, but a cactus is like this sentinel in desert areas. It's like a sentinel that is there to protect. if they would have left her there, it would have caused, at this point, I believe what they were thinking is no body, no crime in that regard. You see, you can't go through, you have to think of these people, they're not using common sense. So they weren't using common sense at all. That was from Nancy that was on the front porch. And I think the reason that the porch guy was out there is he was signaling, trying to see if anything, was there a beam? Oh my gosh, was there a beam from the camera that set off some type of an alarm or something? I think that they also were afraid that there could have been some type of silent, I mean, who knows? When you walk into some place, right? I don't think that she did not look, I did not see anybody do anything. I think she probably just, she's 84 years old. I think that it was too much on her. And most likely she fell out. I'm not going to say because I can't, I'm not a doctor, I'm not law enforcement, and this is entertainment purposes only. I'm going to say that. She did not go to the door. But they yelled at her, but I don't believe they yelled at her because of anger. I believe that what is that? I believe that they yelled at her. Let me look this up. Because she couldn't hear. A demonic being trapped in another plane of existence is a hematos. So whoever was there, Stool, to me, and I didn't see, I'm going to have to go back and look at these words. There's the words, my friends. Oh, I didn't see that one. I didn't see a lot of these. I don't even know who Matthew is. Oh, wow. 3. Yeah, there were 3 there. There were 3 there. I did not hear any names. What I did hear was muffle. You could hear voices, but you could not make out sounds. Now with John O'Keefe, he was standing on the other side of the room in the emergency room talking to me as I saw a police officer pat his arm. And then the police officer left. The police officer had his back to me. I couldn't tell who he was. John was across watching me. I did not see Nancy in that regard. Could that mean still, it could mean that, but it also could mean now from what I understand, the cactus was out of Nancy's front. There's 2 pots was out of Nancy's front, but I don't know. It was bunglesome. They didn't know what to do with her. I mean, it's kind of like they looked They didn't drag her out. I'm sure they carried her, but I did not see. I saw where they went out. They had their back, and they went out through the back door. But the guy came back in. He came back in, and he was looking, and he got a spray bottle. Now I don't know what I'm going to presume, because it had one of those, tops on it. Not Nancy's house. Okay. John O'Keefe was a police officer that January 29th of 2022 went to a party at another Boston police officer's home, and friends and family, and a few hours later was found on the front lawn of that in the snow, no longer with us, and he was beat. And they tried to blame his girlfriend, Karen Reed, backing up into him, and she did not. It was proved that she did not, and she was acquitted a year ago, June 18th. She was acquitted before that, but they decided they didn't want to count it. So anyway, let me see. Because they tried to take her out the front. They tried to take her out the front. You ever heard this about too many cooks in the kitchen, and everybody has an idea how everything has to go? And I do not believe that they thought they were going to have to deal with Nancy. I believe all this ruckus and carrying on and upset was because things went wrong. I thought the cactus was Nancy's house. I really did. I thought it was Nancy's house. But I'll be the first one to say, no, it was not, if that's true. I know. They tried to take her out that way, and they decided not to. Something happened. They came back in. Now, you know what? They could have been spooked. Think about this. If you're carrying a body out the front and you think you hear a car coming, what are you going to do? You can't cut and run. You're going to go back. And that's the whole thing. Was from a driveway? Okay. There's not, but we weren't connected to John O'Keefe, so I don't. And sometimes, the Matthew could be anybody. It could be a police officer. It could be anybody. I don't know what the spray bottle had in it. I did not see a label. I could not see the car except that it was dark, it was smaller, and it was an SUV. I don't think they told her. I don't think that there was enough conversation between them. I don't think that they went into her house and basically said, hello, Mrs. Guthrie, we are here too. Because the one, I saw her laying in the bed, and the next thing you know, she was sitting on the bed and she had street clothes on her top, like she was going to try to get dressed. I don't think they used any chemical or anything. I think, quite frankly, that this was so overwhelming and frightening to her. Think about this, an 84-year-old woman, and you have 3 people that are arguing in your house, and one is a woman, and you don't know what's going on, and you don't know why they're there. They're not going to give her anything. I think the whole plan was they were going to take her And that person who ordered them to take would have dealt with Nancy. I think that's where the whole upset and the everything comes from, because I feel that this is something that they never bargained for. I don't believe that that was that way. Whatever the cactus is, I don't know. I know he parked 6/10 of a mile down the road in a neighbor's driveway. That's all I know. I don't I don't think Nancy knew anything like that. She could not hear. She didn't have her hearing aids in. I don't think that's what it was. Okay, the cactus was not okay. Matthew is Luke Day's brother. Okay. Yeah, 6/10 of a mile from Nancy's house. Yeah. Well, somebody could park there, right? I mean, I don't know. It is. It's in my big book. I remember writing it there. Okay. I'm going to say there was DNA all over the house. And I think at first these people were extremely nervous, and the longer this goes on, now it's my understanding that the sheriff, so as he is, basically has said that they think they're close to solving this crime. I have my opinion. That and $1.25 will probably get you a Reese cup at the corner store, maybe. He's also calling for public help. And quite frankly, if you know anything or hear anything, call the FBI. Call 88 crime. I think here is an opinion. I think Nancy was already thin skinned and was probably had some type of injury already, or could have had. People that are in that age group that, are taking blood thinners and that sort of thing, definitely. But I think that they probably tried to grab her by the arm to pull her up, to get her up. And I think that's where probably it happened. I'm sure that Nancy was, and if she had heart problems, don't you think that it would have been very easy for her to just fall out? I mean, in some way, if that's the way it was going to be, could that not have been the easiest? But I do believe, and I'm just going to basically tell you that I do not believe that these perps thought that this was going to happen, but they were waiting in the house. The one was waiting in the house. I kind of felt that they didn't. I'm just going to be frank with you. But there was one there. Well, it could have been, but somebody was looking through the cabinets and then found that bottle and went out. So would you, here's the thing. What if they put Nancy, hypothetically now, theory, let's talk theory, hypothetical now, what if they put Nancy in the back of an SUV and she was still having that issue, like she had an injury? Would they not want to try to clean that up to some degree? But you see, the one thing I was expecting is for these guys, I would to see them clash like bumbling idiots after a little bit. The female was just running. She was running back and forth. So that tells me that something happened that was not expected. This is terrible. I just got to tell you. They were divided. That's absolutely true. And I believe that. I believe after they left, they were divided. And do I believe that one of them is no longer here? I believe that too. When Dr. Ann Burgess says she feels one of them has already been goodbye, his ticket, I don't think, was in paradise, but we don't know. I can't judge. I can tell you another remote viewing that I would like to do, and that is for, her name is Janet, and it is related to a case, pardon me, for Eddie O'Brien, who I believe is falsely accused of a crime and has spent at least the last 30 plus years in prison in Massachusetts. I would love to do a remote viewing on that apartment or that house. I would love to do that. There's some things there that are just wrong. The unfortunate part is I can't really say some things. I do believe that she went into pretty much shock. The way she was sitting there in that chair. I think that that's what it is. I do not believe she was walking out of the house on her own. I believe they tried to take her out the front. Something happened. She went back. They went back through. They were arguing. They took her out the back. They went around the front. And the guy came back in. And he was looking around the house and went to the bathroom again. So whoever is looking for evidence, I got to tell you this. There was a young lady that went missing in 1979. She just turned 16 years old. She was from Florida, and she had a very bad home life. She was last seen with someone who I believe was a trucker in New York. You can see this story. It's on the tubes of you. And the next thing you know, she was taken out, and not on a date, and put into a cornfield. And for years, they could not find her identity. And the next thing you know, through wonderful new DNA, they found out who she is. But here's the thing. She had male DNA on her clothing. I don't know if it were touch DNA. I don't know what type of DNA it was. Could have been saliva, could have been anything. But that clothing was an evidence. Thank God that law enforcement team there showed the mercy and compassion to keep that. And they're still looking for that person. My point on this is DNA will last if you don't go in there and try to clean it. Now, here's my question. What happened? What happened from the time? Because there's one thing I want to submit to you, my friends. I want to hear the 911 call. I want to hear the 911 call when Annie Guthrie Tioni called. I want to hear that. She was carried out. There was no wheel. There was no dolly. There was no wheelchair. You have to remember these people, they were there to do something quick. And I think they felt that there was going to be the ability to have Nancy walk out on her own. And when she could not, that's when panic ensued. I want to hear that 911 call. I just want to do that. I want to hear that 911 call. I want to know why it took so long for these two people to call their sister. I want to know that. The reason to take a collapsed person is because you got a job to do. If you leave somebody there, that's going to compound it. You may not get paid. If somebody falls out and you leave that person, you ain't going to get the dough, Amy. There's no way. And they can tie you to that person very easily, especially if you're trying to move this person. So let's think about that for a second. Well, we're not going to accuse anybody because everybody is innocent until proven guilty. But I have this here. I have questions about the crime scene initially. When you I just wonder, because they said that the house was immaculate. From what I saw, there was shuffling and stuff going around, and they were opening cabinets and using the bathroom. That shocked me, and I'm sorry if you guys, when this person all of a sudden came up and looked, and that's happened before, but that shocked me, my darlings, to see somebody like that looking at you. And you can't do anything. Let's look at some of your gifts. Now, well, first of all, I did hear that she had some type of an argument, but is it fact? I don't know. I don't know. This is Shaggy. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to say I think law enforcement, and quite frankly, now that I had this little first session with the house, it's probably going to be knocking on my door a lot, just like John O'Keefe did. Every time you turn around, John O'Keefe was knocking at and then I just had to quiet things. I think there's the answer without having our answer. She was with the bottom of her legs, she was barefoot. She didn't have anything on. She had a top on, like she was getting dressed. Well, Annie and Tommaso called somebody, because how did they get out there? We have to think about this. Why would somebody come out there? Why would they depend on Mark Kelly? Because it would have to be after, when Savannah said, well, we called the hospitals, we called all these places, and that's when Savannah said, well, I'm going to call too. So I don't know about that. I want to hear the 911 call. I just don't know. I don't know about that. But excuse me, sir. Oh my goodness. Fingernails. I was thinking that it was Annie and, oh, look at this. I'm perspiring. Annie and because I believe they tried to take her out the front door from what I saw, and then they took her back in and took her out the back. These people, this situation threw them. They were told, excuse me, sir. I believe they were told, you know what? You go in, you grab her. I'm sorry. You go in, you grab her, you just bring her to us. You'll get paid. Everything's going to be okay. And I believe that red stuff was near the front door. Because they tried to take her out the front. And I believe they got spooked. And they went out the side. They went out the back, through the side. See, the house is talking to us. If we could just listen. It's not good. I just think that there's so much happened there. Let me take a look at your gifts. Give me a minute to get some breath going here. Okay. Okay. Somebody along the way said that Annie called 911. So whether the sheriff doesn't know, whether because they evidently were there at the house and Annie had made all these telephone calls and then called Savannah. So I don't know. I mean, that's why, we've got some fairy tales going on here. And that's really why I would want to know, because going back, think about the second conference that the sheriff had. Said that she was missing January 31st. How? How? The last people that saw her were Annie and Tommaso. Really? Is that a prediction or a confirmation? Well, I asked to have someone put in a FOIA request for me, and they say it's in evidence, and they're not going to release it. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Let's go through this, my lovely darlings. Thank you so much. I love monarchs. Bless you. Look, I just love the pleasantness on all of your faces. Thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you. Thank you. And look at this. Betty is a new member. Welcome, my darling. And Zenjen, my darling, look at you and that sweet little ginger. Well, I love you guys too. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Lisa is a new member and so welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Miss D. Hunter, appreciate our community and mods. I do appreciate you guys too. And our mods are fantastic. I'm going to tell you something. These ladies, I could call them and they would say, right? You know, what do you need? Do we need shovel, bail money? What? And they would be here. I'm joking now. Lisa is a new member. Thank you so much for being here. I did say that already. Hello, thank you. And D. Hunter, thank you for your generosity. In honor of our moderators who are dedicated to the continued success of Lady Zelda's channel, greatly appreciated your time, efforts, and kindness with an angel praying hands and a cross. Thank you so much. Hockey 321, thank you for your generosity. I appreciate you very, very much. Rhonda is a member for 2 months. Thank you and welcome. You're just becoming such a big part of this community. I love that so much. Thank you. There's our Detective 1111. Bless you. This is a beautiful community with our fabulous Lady Zelda. Much love to the Mod Squad and chat. That's a very kind message. Thank you, my darling. So remember, this is connected to house energy. I don't do spirit boxes. I don't do that. This is based on the, this is based on the binary system, the ones and the zeros. That's why you're seeing all that frequency up there in the corner this way. Up there in the corner, that's why you're seeing that. Sam, thank you, my darling Southern Belle, for being here 4 months. Becky, your generosity, thank you, my darling, love it. And look at this, Aunt BB, this little sweet profile, gifted 20 Lady Zelda memberships. And I want to thank you and welcome to all the new members. Bless you. Bless you. Carrie, bless you. Here's a little something toward your new adventures. You're totally supported and it sounds amazing. Carrie, you are just adorable. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. TR, thank you very, very, very much for the generosity. I appreciate you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate you being here. Desperate for Truth 101. Hey, I'm right with you. Becomes a YouTube member and thank you. Dar, my darling, happy Mother's Day. Lovely Zelda. Thank you, my darling. Love you and I love you back. Bless you. Here she is, went in the bathroom 2 times, maybe for looking for her meds. No. I think that he probably drank too much Red Bull or coffee or something because he went in there and he was looking at himself. He wasn't looking, and then he went and did a number 1, and he did that twice. So that's either nerves or he's drinking too much water or pop or something. Not to discount you. That's not, no, I always love you. But he was not looking for anything in the bathroom except to relieve himself. Hi there, Anne. Thank you so much for being here, beauty. I appreciate you. Reason, yes. Stephanie, you're gorgeous and your generosity is I love you guys. Thank you so much. You just go over and beyond. There you are, a new member again. Bless you. And that's probably for one's True Oracle and the other one is for my channel. We're both very proud and happy to have you. Stephanie gifted 10 Fate and Fortune with True Oracle memberships. Stephanie, you've gone beyond. I'm always amazed. Thank you. Diane Cat is a member. Look at you. For a member for 9 months. Beautiful. Barbara, thank you for everything you do, Lady Zelda. Well, you're quite welcome. And look at those two cowboys. Oh my goodness. How adorable are you? All right, so let me go through here. Let me see here. Yeah, this was hard. The remote view, you know, you think it's kind of easy and it's not. It's not really. I have some other little, oops, that was my finger that did that. Let me read these here. Barbara, bless you, my darling. Thank you for your generosity. I appreciate you. Marcia, thank you. Thank you. Marcia, thank you, my darling. Thank you for your generosity. And there's a payment on Cash App. I can't tell who that is right now. Diana, thank you so much, my darling. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You guys are so generous. I appreciate you. Love your other channels too. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate you. Thank you. We're just doing so much. I mean, anyone, right? If you're trying to guess, if you're trying to guess if I have anything to do, but you know what? I love what I do. I love this. And as we go in more into the summer, and I'm hoping to head up to Massachusetts one of these days soon, it's just going to be amazing. So that'll be great. Hi there, my darling. Ray Rachel. Okay. A moderator is someone who is in the channel that has the ability to help somebody if they're having trouble, or if somebody's being a little out of hand, they can either delete comments or give them a timeout or something. They just keep their crowd control. So this is me on my tour bus and their crowd control. So that's what it is. We're just going to call them crowd control. So thank you for that question. That means a lot. Was the woman that I saw tall? No, she was not. She was not taller than the other two men. When I said Annie, the house lit up red and high. I couldn't tell. I tried to look. I would have said it if I saw it. Thank you. Thank you, each and every one of you. Let me see. I hope this reading does not put you in. No, not at all. It doesn't put me in any danger at all. See, what I'm seeing is past, and past energy that the house is telling me. So that's why it's a little fuzzy, like a little fog, black and white, because you're looking in another, you're almost looking in a parallel. Beverly, bless you, honey. You keep me so entertained. Thank you. Have a lovely Mother's Day. And you all too. Thank you so much. Thank you, Carrie. We all want to hear the 911 calls. And you see video of brought her back home that night too. That's right. The garage door opening and her walking inside, they are keeping so much from us. I want to know, did she walk in by herself? Because they kind of painted a picture that she was not capable of walking very far. And then all of a sudden they're painting this picture that, you know, she was everything short of a track meet. I can say it that way. Tall like 5'10". No, I'm 5'10". She was not that tall. She wasn't that tall. I would say she's probably something like 5'7", 5'8". Not taller. She was not taller than the men. Let me see. Brittany, thank you so much, my darling, for the Cash App. I appreciate you. I said thank you to Diana. Yes, I did. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Lisa, my darling. And if you find those nails, let me know. Lisa's looking for the nails too. And believe me, I'm babying these because I want them to last. Because I don't know what I'm going to do. So there you are. Thank you. You would love a membership. I would love to have you have a membership. And when we're ready to that point, we may have a giveaway. I don't know. We're going to do something. You can all go and look at the join button. I've not put a lot in there on purpose, but I wanted to tell you because I think it's really exciting. But that tier level is where you can enter into very good things. Let me see. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you. I love that profile. I just love that. Thank you. Katie Marks, do I know what happened to the glass in the kitchen? Thank you, all you do. I think he took it. Because after he got the glass in the kitchen, I didn't see it any longer. Maybe. See, I have a question. Here's another question, my darlings. Okay? That is your pup queen. Oh, look at that little angel. God jammies. No, it's a sweater. Oh, isn't that cute? All right, my friends, I'm going to put this on the table for you, and you tell me how you feel about this unit. Yeah, see, they wanted to work as though they were in a unit. But here's a question. Would there have been time from the time that the church ladies or church lady or the church called and said, look, your mama wasn't here today? Would there have been time for someone to have gone in? I don't know who. I'm not accusing anybody. But would there have been time for somebody to go in and clean up and maybe open doors? You know, there's another thing here because I saw them going out. I saw the doors open, but here's another question. A lot of us think about people trying to clean up a crime scene, but what if someone tried to make a crime scene? Think about it. That happens. Thank you, coffee lady. No, I haven't done a look at you. Talk about queen. Aren't you adorable? Oh, what power of youth, right? No, I haven't done anything on this queen, but you wait till this week. We ain't done yet. So it's going to be coming. Let me see. Danielle says, I hope to meet you when you come to Massachusetts. We'll see. I've got so, and I'm going to drag. Yes, I'm dragging her with me. The beautiful Captain Jerry with me. We will be talk about a unit. Talk about a unit. We're a team. I will be dragging her with me. And we've got a lot of ground to cover because we've got some places to, as long as we can get some of these places arranged. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to. We're hoping to go to 34 Fairview. And then I'm going to be talking to JFK and Kevy Kev and Jay Brilliant, and we're going to try to visit, don't know yet, we're going to try to visit the crime scene of Janet, where Eddie O'Brien lived across the street and he was accused of that. That was something else. I can't show you that crime scene. That was bad. And then we've got a few other things that we need to sit back and look at. And, you know, so hopefully we'll be able to. You're welcome, Lori. You're welcome. You're welcome. Do you think they were panicking looking through the yes, the way they were opening, slam, open, slam, open, slam. Yes. Can the house energy say the name of the woman? Could be. It could. It could. It just depends on, I don't know, it could. From the house, reason, anyone, woman, the house continues. Yeah. What reason would anyone, as in this woman, come into that house? I have, Jane, thank you so much. Wow. I mean, that's to see that. And that is that is in the perspective of that energy with the house. So that just remember, it's not a full movie. It's this is this. That's why I kept saying, show me, show me, show me, because it would show me and then cut it off. Show me and cut it off. Show me and cut it off. Would I go through the words tonight? Yeah. When we close it down here, I can show you these words now. The show, unit, elementary, woman, anyone, reason, bowl, produce or produce, the 911 call, so destination, rise, side, excuse, slight toss. You see that word right there. Later, depressed, center. Of course you're depressed. She's not there. Naomi, unprecedented, mostly divide, projection, monkey, Brad, born, ball, dirt, plea, stool, hematos. We'll talk about that someday. Beam, card, easy, single. Level, single level. Okay, so it's not a two-story. Strength, anomalies, workplace, voting, portal, lonely, jewelry, tea, coat, puck with a P, power, station, Matthew, voice, occasionally, faint, innovative, help, heal, consensus, pull, all of it, fun, 3, horse, section, copper, and give me. I didn't. Okay, so it said after, while I was doing that, it came up with away and then Jean. I don't know who Jean is. Some of these names I don't know. We may not know. Terry, aren't you right, though? Look at this little beautiful girl. She was just like, she wasn't heavy, but she did not look toned, but she was not heavy set. I can say that. Let me see. Wow, 2 hours and 14 minutes. Wonderful. You and your channels. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. She was 5'2". Annie is 5. No, she wasn't 5'2". She was more, I don't know, but she looked like she was average height. To me, 5'7" is an average height for a woman. I'm 5'10". I used to be a little taller. Now I'm not so much anymore. They left on the mask and the gloves the whole time. They left on the mask and the gloves. One peeled the mask up so he could talk. It was this way. It was like a ski mask, like it was knitted, folded up here. Yes, it should be elementary, Watson. I got those in there on back order, Zelda. Oh. Savannah is 5'10". I thought she was a little taller, but I'm not sure. Look for you, ladies. I know. Saw the French. Well, they're called the Classy, and I think it's Classy number 7. But I've looked everywhere. Amazon, where I used to get them, the drugstores. Ugh, Can't find them. Queen, isn't she though? Is the school that Tomato works for elementary? Oh, now yeah, that was a view, all right, wasn't it? Let me see. Got another message here. You know, people are sending jewels. I'm on StreamYard, so I don't see them. And thank God for Jerry, because she's like, Zelda, you're getting jewels. I don't know. Because when I'm on StreamYard, I don't have the YouTube video up because it'll crash. I've tried to do that in the past and it crashes. So thank you for those of you who sending jewels and all that. I don't really get what the jewels are, but listen, jewels are a girl's best friend. I'll take them. Thank you so much. And thank you to each and every one of you wishing me a very happy Mother's Day. And Jean, thank you so much. Bless you for sending the Cash App. You guys are wonderful. Why didn't the screws check the toilet, right? I don't know if they did, but my question is, yeah, I have to get the hot Cheeto girls. But listen, I got to tell you about this sweetheart hot Cheeto girl. Her nails weren't like this, and I have trouble. I like to clean. Don't come here now. That may not look like that, but I like to clean. And with typing, the ballerina, or they call them coffin or square, they get rounded because I'm always on the keyboard or I'm always cleaning. So then I wear the pointed ones sometimes, which are really pretty, but then they get worn too, and then their little point goes lopsided. But hey, beauty knows no price, right? I like nails, and I like to do them myself. I don't go to the salon. It takes me zippity doo dah, boom, nails on. Thank you. Diane, what are you in the hospital for? 2 days. Wouldn't miss your video. Bless you, my darling. Well, listen, sending you a ton and a bunch of love. Sending you that. Okay, this is draining me. So I am going to turn it off. We're going to thank the house right now for being here with us and sending peace. And thank you so much. Here we go. Turning that off. All right. Boy, this was a night. I was kind of worried in a way that I wouldn't see anything. We'd all be sitting here like, but I had kind of been preparing for this too. So yeah. So, okay. So my question is, I got distracted. During this time, would there have been time to try to straighten things up a little bit? Let me put it that way. Or would there have been time to stage it? I want to know. And I'm going to also tell you, I believe that there are still some images that they're not showing us from those cameras. And I believe that they may be too upsetting. And if that, excuse me, sir, and if that is the truth, we probably will never see it, because if they're anything like what I saw, they will not show you because it's not pretty. And just remember, energy and the numbers do not lie. That's why I don't call in entities or this is the spirit of Nancy Guthrie. Poor Nancy, I look all over the tubes of you. And bless people, I know that they're doing their best to try to find Nancy, but just like, wow, Nancy's all over the place. Now I want to tell you another something here. Excuse me, sir, what? Did you just see what he did? This is who steps on my things. this little man. You got to see my messy desk. Come. Oh, just feel right, walk through. Now, I've got to tell you this. I knew it was a woman from the start. I was kind of wondering if it were four. I just wanted to think of that. Oh, Laura. Look at you. My husband is a retired one of those detectives. Thank you. From Miami. He thinks it's staged. Why else would it look so clean? I have a lot of questions. There's a lot of things here. But when this man came back in the house and got a spray bottle of something, oh, that did it for me. What are they trying to pull? Come here, son. All right. Ian, my human son, tells me, he says, Mom, because he'll come out of this room and say, and I'll say, look, your brother is doing this. And he's like, Mom, do you have to call these cats my brother? Yes, I do. And I call them son. Okay, let's see. Miss Marple, it is. But it's going to, I need to like recover from this one. But yeah, it is. But there's just something fishy about who really called 911, because initially I was thinking that it was from the sheriff. Now, you all can tell me you're wrong. Nobody has a problem telling me I'm wrong, and I don't have a problem if I am. Excuse me, sir. Get down. But what? That was my son. Went, wow. I don't think they checked I don't think they checked anything. I don't think they checked anybody. I don't think so. I don't think they checked anything. What a bunch of Three Stooges. That's what this feels like. And now we have Kash Patel, who, so as it is, says that he's not happy. And we've got the county of Pima telling the sheriff that he needs to resign, but it's not over this particular case, but this is a really good excuse. And they're looking over the stuff that happened in Texas. Well, Pima County, don't you do background checks on these guys? What? Do you not think you need to take a little responsibility? If you have somebody coming in, hello, do you not do a background check? I wonder who used that spray in their occupation. You know, my dear friend who came in here and whose husband is a detective with Miami. I know you've probably heard some wild stories, and I've got a million of them, but stranger things have happened. And especially if you're close in that social network analysis, the target analysis where you go through and you think, okay, here's Nancy in the middle. And then we're going to see who, where. Now, who does this one know and who does this one know and who does this one know? And oh, well, we keep branching out. Because remember that old, what was it, commercial? Remember the commercial? I think it was for shampoo or something. Or they would say, and so on, and so on, and it would just keep multiplying, and so on, and so on, and so on. That's how this social network, and you know what? That, frankly, is one of my favorite things to do. Now, of course, I am certainly far from law enforcement, and I'm certainly far from a medical person. But listen, one thing I'm not far from is common sense. And seeing who plays the games and thinks that they're going to get away with it is intriguing to me. Why? In this time we live in, I don't care who you are, someday, some way, somehow, you're going to find out. Now, yes, unfortunately, there are those that are missing and that are not found, and we don't know a lot of things. But listen, why would you want to take the chance? Do you just wake up one day and say, I think I'm going to kidnap somebody today? No. You have that in your DNA. You already have that. Have you ever heard of any of these little kids go to kindergarten and you say, what do you want to be when you grow up? Well, I want to be a perpetrator and go kidnap people. No. You don't do that sort of thing. But life prepares you. And if you don't have a good moral compass and a foundation, goodbye, you're off on another trail. I think there was a 911 call because somebody had talked about it. And I believe it was the sheriff, or was it the FBI? I can't remember I can't remember. But I was thinking that they said that because didn't Andy wait there at the house for them? They certainly just didn't go over there because I think Savannah was mad when she said, why on earth haven't you called me? Why did you? Well, I'm calling them too. She's probably thinking, is rocket scientist school full and you're here, Annie? What is going on? That's how I would feel about it. I wouldn't be very happy about it at all, but I don't know. See, I want to know. See, right there, Camille, you're absolutely, they were there to do a job. They were there to do a job. They did not know that job had hazards. And that's what threw them. And I honestly, it may not have been 41 minutes, but I do believe that may be what wound the clock down because they were trying to figure out what in the absolute heck are we doing? Because remember, the back gate was unlocked, but that's easy to do. You could just reach over and, So that's what I'm thinking. When that one guy went back in the house and he got a spray bottle, I don't know what it was, but he just came from somewhere, but he was looking and he was looking all around. They were looking in drawers, but it was not a money grab. You can tell when somebody's looking for a money grab because they go, if you get robbed, in my experience, the first place that perps go to, that robbers go to, is your closet. One of the first places, because they always think, well, people think that they're going to hide things. Then they go to the freezer. Well, people freeze money and they put things in the freezer thinking, not thinking. Then they start looking under mattresses. Then they start looking in your drawers. Then they start, so it's kind of like this unwritten thing that these people can kind of figure out. Because look, the reason that we wouldn't do it ourselves. So that's why it's hard for us to think about it and comprehend and understand what happens in these cases. Because it's like, how does this happen? It doesn't make sense. Well, you're absolutely right. It does not. But I do not believe at this point now, I don't believe that I don't believe that at all. I do not believe that this has been such a complete mess a mess. And I submit to you, my friends, there are others, and I'm not discounting Mrs. Guthrie, but there are others who have gone missing. So why the big show? Now, I understand that Savannah is a celebrity. I understand that. But we also understand that this Sharif needs to release the crime scene. He won't do it to the feds. Why? Hold on, I get a little sound for you. You ready? Here it comes. Here it comes. Here comes the sound. FBI, open up! That's what I want to hear. Not at my door, but these other people. So why such the big thing? And that's what fills in with my theory, because it kind of goes along with that ex-prince, you know, the wide-eyed and the ex-prince and the island guy and the McClintocks. All of this little nucleus is happening almost all at the same time, and then this happens. And Burgess was kind of soaring. You know, nobody wants to come out and say, well, this is what I think, because they're kind of afraid to. Right? Right? Right, Sasha? How come the incident report states 6 p.m. the night before that Nancy went missing? She was supposed to be in an Uber. Again, rocket scientist school is filled, and these people are trying to investigate a crime scene. Perhaps. Sort of, kind of. The 911 call is an enigma. It's public record and was never released to the public. You know why they wouldn't release it to the public? I'll tell you why. Because there's something on that call. There's something on that call. Either somebody is saying something, or they're acting sus, or they're acting like a bunch of ninnies, or somebody said something a little sussy, or somebody could have had whatever. They could have had a body function on the phone for all we know, but they want to make sure they're looking into it. Yep. Yeah. Sorry, I'm behind in the chat a little bit. I always do that. Take more breath here. Lady Z, if you say one more time the type of you're looking for, I will do my best to get them for you. I'm pretty good at finding things. Well, darling, all you have to do is let me know in the comments somewhere. They are the KISS, Kiss, Classy Nails. Let me show you the box. I'll be right back. Thank you. All right, this is it. The KISS Classy Nails. Keep calm and stay classy, it says. And they are the number 7. It says on there, what the heck does it say? I've got glasses on, don't even know. Let me see here. Oh, I can turn that on. Okay. Let me see here. Now we'll try to look at this. That says glue on a 7-day wear. Well, of course, that doesn't do. Listen, the way I do it, I get these are just now showing a little sign where they're starting to grow out just a little bit. And these, my darlings, I think I've had them on more than 2 weeks. More than 2 weeks. So thank you. And just let me know. I'll buy them. So I don't care. Remember the early 80s, Zelda? Oh, I certainly do. I was in human resources back then, and the calling on the phone or responding to a letter for that kind of stuff was iffy, right? Right? Oh, here we go. His theory, I love this, is that A and T are definitely involved. Everything leads back to them. I wish I could say from the start, but I have to say everybody is innocent until proven guilty. Thank you, Jerry. Marcia, thank you, my darling. Thank you, Barbara. Bless you, my darling. Thank you. And thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness, you guys are always so good to me. I appreciate more than anything. Well, I don't know what the spray bottle would have in it because it was a light colored one, so who knows? Who knows what would have been in it? I couldn't see a label. You need to go back and then go forward and do a timeline. That's pretty tough. Doing that, it is pretty tough. I'm glad I'm off tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you that's why I'm doing it tonight, because tonight I will be zing, and then tomorrow I found a new game, because I'm a gamer. I'm actually the one who got my son into gaming. He's been gaming for 26 years. And frankly, I believe that to a certain extent, gaming is good because it teaches quick responses. It teaches reading, because the games that I had my son playing were problem solving, reading, quick responses, and understanding that there's an end goal, and also being a team player. Well, I didn't do any of that. Sorry, I didn't do any of it. What I did do, my darlings, is I found this game. Oh, here we go again. I found this game on, it's on Steam. It's called Librarian. And that is how and it's a librarian in a celestial book library that looks like somebody took a dump truck full of books and just dumped them in the middle of and your job is to pick out all the books and walk around and put them back on the shelves. Well, I'm just absolutely having a blast. I know. Calm down, Zelda. You're just getting too wild. I'll be a hot Cheeto girl before you know it. Can you see which perp was alive, male or female? They were all alive when they left. They were all alive when they left. Who else makes a great snack or good dinner to eat while you watch Miss Zelda? Well, bless you, my darling. Thank you so much. This is my time watching, and every time I look up in the mirror behind your head, looks like you have a tiara. Your cats are adorable. Thank you. Oh, look at that. It does look like I have a tiara, doesn't it? Thank you. I'm going to save this background. You're probably going to see it in the members only because I'm really digging this, and you can't see it all, but I've made it so you can see enough of it. But I'm just digging this, but this is kind of it's the gig. It's the gig. All right, so let me see. Sebastian Roberts. I just did a Sebastian Rogers. Excuse me. Oh boy, he is biting my hair. Stop. Your mother already ate my bangs off. Love to know more about what happened to him. You know, it's so hard to say what you really think. And I believe that there was some heavy duty manipulation in that case. Oh, that's my son. Um, and it's very hard. The kids are, it's bad. This whole thing with, Walgreens online. Jerry just went, okay. Thank you. I didn't see that yet. It's bad enough to see things like this happen with Nancy. And, a long time ago when I did this, I was especially with missing children. And I'll tell you, I had to quit. I had to quit for a little bit. It was just too much. It was just too much. And of course, I'm here again. I'm here again. Let me see. I'm gonna blaze through these comments a little bit here. Okay, Savannah told her coworkers Annie didn't call that. See, that's so weird. Thank you, Joni, for saying that. Because they're not looking at that, honey. They're not full payment after they gave her back, not ever thinking prior age related hits. Yeah. They're not thinking that way. They had a job to do. Do you think some of her family members were there to I can't say. Gotta be careful. Can't say. Yes. Yes. Lupe. They were rookies. They were contracted to do a job. That's it. You get paid when you deliver. And that's when things seriously went wrong. See, I don't know if it's bleach. I don't know what it was. It was a bottle. It's a spray bottle. I don't buy bleach in a spray bottle, but some people might. So I don't know. Thank you, Carol. My first time with mirrors, and it was amazing. Thank you. And happy Mother's Day, lady. You know what? Bless you. I don't mind doing this, but sometimes I have to. It's a little few and far between. Officer John O'Keefe became I was very close to him in that energy. And that's why I'm hoping and praying. Hold on just a minute. Hello over there. Okay. Don't know who that was. I don't know. I don't know why. But I became very close with that energy. And I'm hoping and praying that I can make arrangements or have arrangements made for me with 34 Fairview. That's what I'm hoping for. That's the goal for the inside. Now, please don't anyone call and say, hey, because they would say no, and I don't blame them. I would too. So please don't. It will happen, and we're working on it. Yeah, Lisa, that is a good question. How long it took for Annie to call Cameron, because apparently he hadn't called Savannah either until evening. I don't know. But what I really believe, and Tammy, I'm with you 5,000%. Screwy from the word go. Day one. Why? I have too many questions. Why? Why? Yes, I have read for Sebastian. Unfortunately, well, if it ever goes to trial, Catherine, some people think no body, no trial. And, we're getting other evidence that that's not really true anymore. But they are going to have to find somebody. And that's what makes me nervous too, because are they going to try to push someone in that position just to make this go away? That happens. Possibly, sort of, kind of, don't know, maybe. And could that be what may happen? No, he died. That's my son. Tournament. I'm so proud of him. I got to tell you, he's got some merchandise. He's another, see, to chip off the old block. This merchandise that he's got, I've got, it's beautiful. He's a gamer. He's a gamer. And it is gorgeous. I wish y'all could see it. He's got a hoodie that I wear now because we have to keep things cool in here. I've got dual system computers here, 2 monitors, 2 keyboards, a laptop, printer, all kinds of things, because it takes that. I'm a one-woman show right now, and that's increasing. But so we have to keep, it's cool in here, cooler. And so in the summertime, his room is just baking. You could raise bread in his room. And so we have to keep the air conditioner down. So I wear sweatpants and sweatshirts in the summer. I go outside to get the mail and everybody's looking at me like, hello, did you just time plop in from some other portal? I don't know if it was bleach. I mean, I can't, those things, I wish, Thanks for being here, Linda. Nancy did not have time to call Nancy didn't call the police. She didn't have time. She was woken up and she was kind of like almost smiling, and then she didn't. So she realized what was happening. So there was no time. If she would have reached for her phone, I'm sure that they had, Diet Coke addict. Look at you, beauty. Who is Agent Oobligada? Agent Oobligada is the name that I give to any particular agent or police officer or deputy. So when I'm doing a reading and I'm trying to discuss and I don't want to give any names, I just basically say, and then Agent Oobligada came into the room so that way, and Agent Oobligada became a fixture in the channel. So we're going to go through these, and I don't think I have any more. Do you, Carmen? Yeah, Glamnetic. I wear the glue. This is the glue that I wear. Glamnetic is great, but I'm not going to spend $15 on Glamnetic nails. Reason being that I'm hard on them. I don't wear gloves. I do dishes. I clean. I do this. I do that. So they wear out pretty quickly. So I'm not going to spend that kind of thing. It's a stretch for me if I ever want to pay 10. Let's see. Family Dollar and Dollar General. Okay, I'll look. I know they carry a lot of, the last time I was at Walmart, or I don't go to Walmart. Walgreens, they did not have them. CVS pharmacy didn't, but I'll check again. I'll check online because sometimes they have a big stock, and I'll check. Is there hiding evidence, or they didn't turn it over in the beginning? The first 48 hours, and I'm not talking about that show because that is correct. And in my experience of reading in the 100 years that I've been for missing people and crime scenes and missing money and everything else, you better have something within the first 24 hours, really. 48 to put it into process and get it done and to run all checks and everything else, because if not, minutes mean hours. Minutes mean hours. Anytime you wait, minutes mean hours. And your host, if it goes as long as what it did, 72 hours is too long. 4 days. Here's another question. I'm going to put it out here. Here's another question. I have to make sure I frame it correctly. Give me a second to think. Because if you wait, can you see this? If you know, you know. I have to think. It's a serious question, and I got to make sure it's framed correctly because I don't want to get. Just remember, this is entertainment purposes. We're just here. You're spending Saturday night with me because I don't have anything else to do. Okay, thank you so much. All right, let me see this. You're on Wizard 101? Aw, Dawn, I know. Listen, I can't help it. I'm a Resident Evil. Oh, I get upset. There, hold on. I'm just going over here to shoot some zombies. Thank you. Okay. Aw, Rosebud, okay. They have the nails online? Okay, I'm going to race there. Maybe spray bottle instead of rinse something off. I don't know. I don't understand. It was kind of this. It was so hurried. It was fast. It was hurried. You could tell something was wrong. I made it up. Agent Ubligada. He's been around for a little while, but I made up the name. He encompasses everybody, so I don't say agent this or agent that or deputy or detective or whomever, because So this is all conversation, back and forth, theories being thrown around and discussed. Nothing. I don't know what that means, Lisa, but okay. Love that. Doc told us gaming helps eye and hand control with kids struggle. Yeah. Yeah. I was a widow when Ian was very young, unexpectedly. And he was having difficulty with. And so it's like, okay, in fact, I still have the first PlayStation console and I still have the first memory card. God, those were the days. And the first controller. Oh, I got Kitty. I went out and paid, I think it was almost $400 for the console. Brought it home and got, let's see, the little dragon that was the skateboarder. No, Wasn't a dragon, was he? Yeah, that was a cute little game. Now, I've seen a couple of people say that the pacemaker shows that she was sedated. Who said that? I've never heard that. How did they find, if they found the pacemaker, they would find her. So who's that? Who says that? I want to know. You go, Sunbeam. Thank you so much. Let me see. It does look like a tiara. Well, there you are. Agent Oobligada turns into somebody. A Legend of Zelda. I got something funny to tell you. My grandson has played GTA and many other games. I've changed my opinion because it's a huge vocabulary and social skills by playing with people worldwide. You know what? The GTA is rough. And I kind of felt the same, but my son and his buddies got on there and they would do things to the point where I would laugh to the point where I couldn't take it. Now, listen, in the old days when my son was young and they played online, they played Halo, Master Chief. I was all there for it. Yeah, let's go. But they had these older guys on there and men, and listen, they didn't care who you were. You didn't know who they were. This is worldwide, but they would just cut anybody to a quick. And I would always tell Ian, say anything. You play and you do your thing and you don't say anything. And they would have people on there gaming and challenging these people. Oh, it was horrible, but God, those were the days. Yeah, right, Jane. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Let me go through here. I'm behind because I'm reading. I don't know. I don't know if they owe money. I can't say. I don't know. No, the porch guy was not Savannah. No, it was not Savannah. Remember we did the moon calculations for that night. It's been some time ago. You can find it, and we got it right. I think we got it down to about a 10-minute window with the moon and the trajectory of the how the moon looked, or the what? Zelda, what are you talking about? The moon, you know what I mean. Moon shadow. And we could tell by the way that the perp was standing in it where the moon was based on how that figured. If you can figure out what I'm talking about, because I can't. Do I feel like the main person is an attorney? No, I do not. Savannah she was in New York. It was not her. I do not believe that. I've seen body language. I hope, Carla, that you are correct. It's Billy Joe. I love it. I'm fine. It's all good. The whole thing seems off to me. And I think the reason it's quiet, and I think that the reason why it seems like Savannah is breaking from the show, because she has that contract in her contract that if anything happens, she can come off right away and then go back, is because I think that there's something that maybe even that they're hoping that they can say, but there's something that's not right. And I believe that's why they're not saying anything, because they're trying to figure out maybe, sorta, kinda, how they're going to deal with it. It wouldn't be the first time, because, there's a few, I'm going to say lawyers in Canton that would hide things during investigations and so forth, and some police officers mark things differently. Could it be why that? I don't know. I'm asking. Could that possibly be why they've not turned it completely over to the FBI? I don't have any pacemaker data because they didn't find any pacemaker. It's my understanding they have not found, if you find a pacemaker, you find Nancy. They didn't take it out of her. So I don't know where that came from, but I don't, you know. Yeah, Debbie, that's right. No body, no trial. Brian Walsh would like to have a word about that. Absolutely. And so would the mistress for the oh shoot, her name just escaped me. Another Massachusetts, Jennifer, I can't think of her name. Beautiful lady. Okay, let me see. Let me catch up here. I don't know. Do we know that her 10 p.m. meds weren't taken? I don't know. She was laying down when I saw her and sitting up on the bed. I don't see that there was any. They didn't need any. Listen, they did not need to give her anything, and they didn't need to give her any chlor. They didn't need to give her anything. They didn't need to. No, I get it. I saw it. I think it's funny. Good one. I like that acronym. Sammy was worried about me. It's a hot date night with Lady Z. I'll take it, Mary. Thanks. Matthew Daly is Luke Daly's brother. Yes. Most critical in the 48 hours. We're just normal mums here, right? Sleuthy mums. Sleuthy, I said. We're not going to read that. Somebody's anyway. Thank you so much, Mom, with a phone with a phone kitties. Look at that little profile picture. Oh. How is the Mister doing? Yeah. Yeah. I tease him and say, bring cookies. He's never, this is a whole new world for this guy. Very good. Very good, Saber Rhino. When a body ceases to be, those things relax. I think early into abduction and bowels. Thus the word stool. I think ceasing of Mrs. Guthrie combined with that release freaked perps out. And the fact that it's horrible to think, oh my God, because I think what really freaked them out was not only about that, was the fact that, what do we do now? We have to deliver her. If we don't deliver her, we don't get payment. Kitty, it's okay, my darling. Thank you. I want to thank everybody who's watching outside of the US too. We have a lot of people that will be watching this tomorrow, and I want to say thank you to them, and also happy Mother's Day to all of them. And I want to say, well, give me a second here. People are strange. Thank you, my darling, for your generosity. I appreciate you. Spyro, that's who it was. If you ever saw that little game, thank you to all of you who are saying Spyro. Thanks a lot, Babs. I appreciate you, my darling. All good luck to you, honey. Videos of my right. Ian never played that much. Well, I'll tell you, then Fortnite has just been later. But, sometimes I play Fortnite. Sometimes I play You know, it just all depends. Okay, so let me see. We're going to wind this down. I want to thank you all for, yes, Little Dragon Spyro. I want to thank you all for being here. Thank you, Blessing 321. I appreciate you. You're so kind. Thank you, Daphne. I appreciate you. I really like it. It was very nice. See, that's the whole thing. I get things all the time. It's not just one thing, but see, he never had that type of, you know, these kind of holidays are different for him now. So I heard on a channel that claims it was from Brian Etten about sedation. Yeah, I don't know. I actually tried to look for that. I heard that on another channel, and I don't believe me from what they didn't need to. They didn't need to. Well, they didn't. That's why they went back into the house and somebody was looking all through it and looking through the cabinets and the cupboards and the laundry room, and that's why they were looking. So I don't know. I mean, but think about it. But they could have known that she had something. Right, Elvis? Right? Ian's like, you know, he rolls his eyes a lot at me. But anyway, he came out here a couple of times when he was watching, I think. And he just checked on me. That's why Twitter is such a mess, right? Medical specialists said they could tell by the pacemaker the numbers told them. But how would they get the numbers? How did they get, if you got the numbers of the pacemaker, then wouldn't you have Nancy? Because I don't know. I don't know. No, I understand that to a certain degree, but who's got that information? Who's got that? And who's putting it out now, of all things? Yeah, what about the card from Adult Protective Services? Left a card, and it was Saturday night, and it was at 5 o'clock, and then they moved it down to about 7 p.m. What? See, there's some, I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, now listen, I'm not refuting, but I guess I'm just having a hard time understanding where this is happening. So I didn't, you know, because if she's away, well, obviously the pacemaker on the phone would have had to show to a certain degree if she was not around any longer. But where, you know, at how long did that report before it just stopped? That's my question. That guy, I don't think I will. I don't think I will. I kind of draw the line at that. Thank you so much. So I'm not refuting, I'm trying to learn. I just want you to know. I don't think it was Mark Kelly at all. Okay, YouTube. I knew to YouTube, maybe the perpetrator, I think, was looking for medication in a panic. I don't see. Here's the thing. They were not there to make sure she was healed or anything. I believe that they were just there. I believe that they had a job to do. And when the perpetual started hitting the fan is when they panicked and were racing back and forth. See, they should have seen, if she had carpet, they should have seen those marks in the carpet, maybe. Or because I know there's a way that you can, look a certain way on a carpet and see heavy traffic. They certainly didn't take their shoes off to go in. Oh my goodness, Jane, bless you, my darling. Thank you so much. Cheerio to you. I believe that there's some people there that shouldn't be. And they got wrapped up into a mess thinking they were going to heal some finances. And when the perpetual started hitting the fan, to me, if I were riding around, I don't know. Well, thank you. I'll have to look into that. I don't know. I need to see that. According to the pacemaker data, FBI was monitored until it was due to leave the phone area. The data stated heart rate decreased due to sedation noted. Okay, I don't know. I didn't see that part, but I don't see a lot of things. All I saw was she was not responsive sitting in a chair. And I don't think that she was just asleep. So I hope that they find that. I hope that they, yes. Yes, thank you. The moon calculations, thank you very much. Thank you. The coming back in, the spray bottle, using the bathroom twice, and feeling very familiar with the house and the floor plan bothers me. I'm just going to tell you. And the fact that she looked and kind of like, oh, hi. And then it was different. So I don't know. I'm hoping that they do. Sends information to Vanderbilt Heart in. Okay, Zoo. They said her 10 p.m. meds weren't taken. Well, who would keep her from that? Who took her home? What time did she get in? 9:48? Who would drop her off? And how would that happen? Yeah. I see. I did not see that part, but I don't see it. So I'm not calling anybody a liar and just wanting to know. Okay. Thank you, model. Thank you. Look how pretty you are. Thank you for that. Thank you. I'm just saying, you would think, well, you know what? In this case, how can we think? We don't know what to think, do we? Bless all of you for being so dedicated to this. Oh, no, you're fine. I'm going to, speed on through here because we can't be on here all night. We've already been 3 hours and 15 minutes. They're saying they sedated her. Maybe, could be. I'm not saying no. I'm just intrigued by, okay, so what do we do now? We know that. What do we do now? Who would know enough how to sedate her? Either way. And 10 p.m., well, what does that mean? What time was she dropped off after her evening of games and dinner? What time was that? 9:48 p.m.? And she didn't take her. So, From what I saw, they tried to take her outside and then they took her out through the back. So I don't know. This found some 7. Yeah, I don't like the artwork on the nails. That's just not Zelda. Jennifer Doulos, thank you so much. Jennifer Doulos, they still haven't found her. Bless her heart. And then her husband, the coward, did something to himself. Not Brian Enton, Brian Records. Okay. I've seen Brian Records before. So I don't know. Anyway, the FBI will figure it out. Ian, say hello.
Hello.
You got it from the master of the home. My darlings, I'm going to, if I could keep on for all night, but we cannot. So here, I want to do this. Do you see that? From my house, our house, to from Ian and his brothers and sisters of the four-legged fur type, wish you all a very, very happy Mother's Day. And to you fathers out there who had to step into that mother role, because I had to step into the father role. And I know that that's very tough. And I want to say thank you for what you do, because it really makes a difference. Happy Mother's Day to each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Somebody said something. Oh, Brian Record on YouTube. See, I don't know about that, my friends. It's not, I don't know. I'm going to have to look into it. My darlings, hang on, because just a second here. We have the little outro, and then you all get to say hello and goodbye and everything else to everybody. And I want you to have a wonderful week. Thank you to my beautiful mods, and thank you so much for your generation and your generosity tonight. Wow. Hello. I am an articulate person. Let's see. When Zelda, when the porch guy was on the porch, the pacemaker triggered at the same time. Someone was inside. Okay. Yeah, I think someone was definitely inside. Thank you to you, my beautiful mods, each and every one of you. You are also welcome. Hang out, say goodbye to each other. Happy Mother's Day. This is going to be a week, and get ready, because I'm going to see you very, very soon. Bye for now.